What's up guys? Welcome to the channel. Today's video is about some anime in which the main character goes nuts for saving the person he loves. Almost all these animes are underrated, except for one or two exceptions. Well then, shall we begin? But before that, how many times have you seen an anime where the main character is a game otaku? That's right, literally 90% of all isekai or fantasy anime have some kind of game otaku as the main character. Want to embark on this road too? Well, I've got just the right game for you. Raid Shadow Legends. In this game, there is everything that an RPG needs to have. Stupidly detailed graphics that bring out the best in every character. Stunning visuals that keep the mood going. Kick-ass storylines where you have to take down the undead hordes and other bad boys like him. A crazy amount of tournaments and even PvP battles in which you can go up against other live players. All of this at what cost? Free! Whether you want to play on your PC or mobile phone, this game is totally free. Plus, this game has a cosmic amount of tournaments where you would have to compete with the entire raid community, all while fighting the Spider's Den, Ice Golem's Peak, the Almighty Fire Knight, or the Notorious Dragon. Don't forget, every tournament is an opportunity to win rare artifacts and get more in-game experience. Plus, there's also a new arena tournament where you can partake in the local as well as global tournaments. Now, click the link in the description box and get 100,000 silver coins, 1 energy refill, 50 gems, and a free champion executioner. You'll find them in your inbox. But be quick, because this offer will only be available for the next 30 days. And without further ado, let's get into our anime. Up first we have... Devil's Line. This story takes place in a world where there are vampires hidden among common folks. They may not require human blood to survive, but they do crave it. As a matter of fact, if they somehow get emotionally attached to someone, their cravings can become too difficult to handle. And as you can guess, the main character, Sensei, is a human-vampire hybrid. As for the main female character, she is Tsukasa, a 22-year-old university student. For a long time, she didn't know about the existence of vampires, but then one day, she learns about them the hard way, when her longtime friend finally decides to take a few bites of her body. Some stuff happens and her friend gets arrested, but this instance also results in her getting acquainted with Sensei. She immediately falls for him, and he also falls for her. But as they get into a relationship, it starts becoming difficult for Sensei to stop himself from devouring his girlfriend. Up next we have... Eureka 7. Alright, so there's a 14-year-old kid named Renton Thurston who lives in a backwater town. He's living an average and boring life. However, what he truly wants is to leave everything behind and join 𝐜𝐴, which is a sort of mercenary group. But as things are, he's spending his time working with his grandfather, who wants him to become a mechanic. And then there's his late father's legacy, who was a military hero. And then one day, a mecha crashes into his garage, and he meets its pilot named Eureka, who is a member of the 𝐜𝐴. She asks Renton for a tune-up of her mecha, which is called Nervash Type 0. And that's more or less how Renton's everyday mundane life comes to an end. This is a very well-known anime, and it has received multiple awards. So I wouldn't be surprised if every last one of you has already watched it. But if you haven't, then you are missing out, my friend. Up next we have... Akuma no Riddle. The main character of this anime is a girl named Tokaku, and the other main character is another girl named Haru. Now, as you know, we are talking about anime which portray true love, and if both the main characters are girls, then I'm sure you guys understand what this anime is about. Alright, so let's talk about it. Tokaku gets transferred to a girls' private boarding school, along with 11 other students. However, they haven't transferred for fun and games. Their job is to kill Haru. Now, whoever kills her will have one of their deepest desires fulfilled. But if they somehow fail, they will be expelled. And Tokaku is one of them. She also has to kill Haru, but instead of straight out killing her, she finds herself getting attracted to her. So, how do you think this will end? Will Tokaku end Haru, or will she end all of the other 11 assassins? Up next we have
ヒーローはくじけない。
ヒーローだ。そんなもんどこにもいねえよ。
the Lance in Masks. The main character, Yotaru, is one of those guys who just want to live a normal life, but their family circumstances, along with a few other factors, don't allow them to. In this case, the main character is one of the knights of the world. Ever since his birth, he has been trained to be a knight who fights for justice and always acts like a hero. Much so that he doesn't even have a choice. Whenever he encounters someone in danger, he just has to stop them. This condition of his has been named the White Knight Syndrome, and it has also gotten him into many embarrassing moments. That's why he wears a mask at all times. But then he makes a new friend, who's a 6-year-old girl named Maiko. She lives alone, and Yutaru ends up as her caretaker. She loves the idea of heroes and knights. That's why she decides to become a fine lady, who Yotaro is proud of protecting. Next we have Unlimited Fafnir. Yu Monobe is the main character of this anime. He gets accepted into an all-girls academy for a certain reason. Moreover, the academy he gets accepted into is a school only for those girls who are known as Ds. They all have some overpowered abilities that allow them to generate dark matter and then form a weapon out of it. The people called Ds start appearing 25 years ago, when a powerful destructive monster known as dragons emerged on the surface of the world. What's interesting is that Yu is the only male D in existence. This fact alone makes him a powerful asset. Now he has to form emotional bonds with other students, as well as his long-separated sister, so that they can work together and eliminate dragons. Next on our list is So I Can't Play, H? A guy named Ryosuke is a hardcore pervert, but his life changes when he sees a beautiful girl getting wet in the rain. He tries to help her, but then realizes that this girl is a Shinigami named Lysara, and if she wants to stay in the human world, she would have to use his human essence. So, what is this so-called essence? Well, in exchange for living in the human world, Lysara takes away Ryosuke's ability to enjoy perverted acts. That's right, even if there is a girl in bed, he just wouldn't have that kind of thrill. As long as he remains under a contract with her, he can never get his perverted spirit back. What's worse is that he's gonna die in about 3 months. This anime is very slow-paced, even though there are only 12 episodes. But if you decide to watch it, you should watch it till the end. Next, we have
どうなってんだヒナ何なんだよ何なんだよこれ
ディオが待ってるわアオバ
ヒナヒナ
Buddy Complex. A high school student named Aoba gets targeted by a giant mech. His classmate Hina saves him and later reveals that she and that robot are both from the future. And then she takes Aoba 70 years into the future with her in order to prevent him from dying. Now that he is in the year 2088, he can see with his own eyes that the world is about to undergo a major war. He is caught up in a battle right away. He shows high compatibility with a pilot named Dio. They perform a successful coupling, which allows them to share emotional experiences and in turn increase their skills and power. The battle ends, and even though he comes out of it alive, he is taken into custody as some folks want to interrogate him. Amidst all of this, Aoba keeps wondering if he can ever return to his time. Little does he know that he is about to witness the most flashy war in all of history. Up next is
愛かなるよ研ぎ澄むがまな蓋にあゆる
頭の中に彼女の歌が
包み込
なんだこれ
Elemental 𝐒𝐴𝐽𝐸. The main character named Cloud is one of the Red Lynx pirates. People don't usually think much of him, mostly because of his youth and inexperience. But then he somehow gets hold of an idol raid known as Ren. You can think of her as a stupidly powerful weapon who can use wind as her elemental power. When Cloud first encounters her, he realizes that she doesn't like humans much, but he treats her as a normal girl and even fights the pursuers who come after her. In exchange, Ren also decides to fight alongside him. Later, Cloud promises that he will take her to the Eden Garden, and little by little, Ren's feeling towards humans start to change. So how does Ren fight? She does it by reacting with Cloud. When she does that, his right hand gets replaced with a wind-style sword, and this sword allows him to control wind at will. He can either throw his enemies off using it, or he can create wind barriers to keep his enemies at bay. As you can expect, Cloud ends up developing feelings for Ren, and Ren does the same. Cloud refuses to let anyone get a hold of Ren, and this results in a problem because now more and more people want to grab a hold of this weapon called Ren. Next up, we have
あの兄ちゃん、化け物見てね。
Dororo. Dororo is one of the first few anime. It aired back in the year 1969. That's over 5 decades ago. And last year, the Dororo anime got a reboot, which became a massive hit really fast. Not surprising, because it pulls in all kinds of anime fans. As a matter of fact, this is one of those animes that can make even a grown man cry. The story goes like this. A landlord named Daigo becomes impatient after having to see his land going barren for many years. He forms a contract with the demons if they can make his land prosperous again. They can take anyone or anything they want from him. Now here's where it gets interesting. When Daigo's first son is born, he is missing 48 body parts. No eyes, no nose, no tongue, no limbs, no skin. Yet his son is still alive and breathing. He realizes that the demons have answered his prayers and then tells the midwife to go and dispose of the boy. She takes the newborn to the river, but instead of killing him right there and then, she places him on a wooden plate and let him go with the flow of the river. A medicine man finds the boy and prepares artificial body parts for him. He then raises the boy even though he can't see, hear, or feel the touch of anything. Years later, the boy meets with Dororo. Alright, we're gonna leave it there. I won't say anything more because that would be a major spoiler for anyone who hasn't watched the anime yet. And finally, we have
私シルーカ・メレテスは騎士テオの聖員と契約し生涯の忠誠を誓います。
Grand Crest Senki. This anime is one of those in which there are a lot of complicated names, people, places, and events. I'll try to explain it using simple words. There's a royal marriage ceremony, which turns into chaos, and suddenly monsters and demons from another dimension are taking part of that ceremony. Now, this marriage was supposed to bring about peace. However, when the demon lord Diablo steps in, he murders everyone in an instant, and just like that, any hope for peace goes straight into the trash can. The main female protagonist of the series, named Saluka, was a mage who had to support that marriage, but as it turned out, she failed. After that, she gets intercepted by a group of soldiers, but a young man named Theo jumps in and saves her. This young man is the main character. Both he and Saluka embark on a journey to save their land from all the war and hatred that has befallen upon it. So there you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to leave a like and comment. If you're new to the channel, please make sure to subscribe. I post regular content like every 2 days or so. If you like anime raps, then I have another channel just for that. It's called Sensei Beats. You should check it out. The link will be in the description box below. Plus, if you're interested in joining an otaku community, then you should consider joining my Discord server. The link for that is also in the description box below. Well then, see you guys in my next video. And until then, stay safe and watch anime.
俺リサナのためにもっとエロいことしまくれよ。
ふざけるな。